Hi, I'm George, TSG's Open Content Product Manager. In this demo, I'm going to compare how users work with documents and folders in Alfresco Share versus Open Content Management Suite. So here I am in Alfresco Share, and I'm in what's called a Share site, just an example site. And one of the components of the site is a document library. So if I head over there, I see sort of a typical listing of my library and sort of this folder hierarchy, and I can kind of drill down to see the folders and documents over here on the right and the folder tree on the left. So I'm going to go ahead and just view this TSG Construction 2 folder, and we can see all the documents in this folder, and if there were any subfolders, they would appear in this list as well. So one thing we'll notice is that the view of these documents defaults to what's called the detail view. There is sorting. I can choose to sort just based on these attributes, which are just some out-of-the-box attributes. But there's no way to filter this list other than the browser's just default like Control F for find, but there's no way in the interface to filter this list of documents. Another common view, if I go to the options, is this table view, which shows it in more of a traditional sort of table view, but these columns aren't sortable. Most users kind of expect to be able to click the columns to sort. It's still this control up here where I just have my out-of-the-box attributes to sort on. Another kind of common requirement is to be able to display attributes, custom attributes, based on the type of folder. So for this construction folder, maybe I want to display, who the contractor is or the project manager or something like that. There's no way to do that out of the box in Share without writing custom code. I can execute actions against these documents here, but it's a little bit hidden. I kind of have to notice that there's some actions over here, and if I click more, I can do things like upload a new version or check it out. If I go to back to the detailed view, it's very similar, although it's a little bit more apparent since I have more labels here. I can perform actions across multiple documents if I go ahead and just check the ones I want, or you can choose this to, oh, whoops, that went up a folder, or I can choose to select this choose all or none or whatever, and then this selected items lets me do certain things like copy or move or download or delete if I have access. So I'm going to go ahead and just view one of these documents. And the first thing you'll notice is that this takes up the entire screen. So I no longer have context to the folder that I was in. So it's great that I can see this document, but if I want to be able to flip through multiple documents in the folder, I actually have to go back to the folder and then choose my next document to work with. I'll just go back into this document, but that can be pretty cumbersome if I want to view multiple documents in a folder, one after the other. So I can see properties of this document over here, but again, if I click to edit the properties, it takes over the screen again, and I can't look at the document as well as edit these properties at the same time. Just go ahead and cancel. And there's the available document actions here, which is configurable, but through some XML configurations on the back end that require you to restart the server when you make changes. So now I'm going to switch over to the Open Content Management Suite. We take a little bit different of an approach to finding folders. Rather than the folder browser, we're kind of taking more of a metadata approach, which is a lot more flexible. So here, instead of drilling down to a list of folders, I can just search, which enables some more different approaches. So here I can search based on all folders that have a policy holder of TSG. And then I can actually filter on this table by just starting to type in here. So I can search on 2017 and it'll find policy year, or I can start typing auto and it'll filter down on the policy type. And all of these columns are sortable by clicking the column, and I can reorder them if needed. And you're seeing here that I can show sort of any attribute in my custom model without needing to do any coding. This is all just configuration. We also display the criteria alongside of the results. So if I want to filter down and run a new search, I can just go ahead and start typing here and run my search very quickly and see the results. So I'm going to go ahead and just view this 2018 policy to see the folder view. And we're taken to this OpenContent Case view where I can see the documents in the folder. We default to this table view, although we do have a thumbnail view as well. And I can flip back to the table view if I like. But this view has the exact same controls as our search view. So I can, again, start filtering down based on anything in the table. So if I want to filter on the tags, I can do that. Or I can use the facet filtering over here to say, show me contracts and correspondence. We also have this folder info module over here, which allows me to show some attributes of the case folder very quickly and expose that to the user. And this is just configurable in our admin. Then we also have a list of admin configurable actions on the folder. So as opposed to share, if I'm looking at documents in a folder, instead of needing to go up a level to work on the folder, I can do that directly from here without losing my context. So if I want to view properties of the case folder or add documents or send an email or add notes to the folder, I can do that all within here without losing my context. Much like share, we can execute actions across all the documents here. So if I check these documents, I have a list of actions that I can access via right click or this actions dropdown. We can, unlike share, we can run a bulk property edit to edit properties of all these documents at once. We can also export this to an Excel spreadsheet, which is a very common requirement, especially in the search scenario, but we can do it here within the folder as well. And then also very pertinent to case management scenarios, I can take these two documents and generate a combined PDF. And in this case, it will save the resulting combined PDF into the repository with whatever properties I give it here. But there's also an option where I can just download it to my local. And this interface here lets me reorder the documents how I like, and I can even click this little icon to choose certain pages within the document to include. So maybe I only want pages 1 through 20 of this document. So one other thing here that's a little bit different than share, when we view a document from this view, we actually keep this view within the same screen as the user. So when I go ahead and click this, it's going to show me a preview of this document, but I can quickly come through and say, maybe I want to view this document now or this document. And I can very quickly view documents within this interface here without needing to jump, back to the folder and then go back and forth between the screens that take up the entire real estate. And if I need more room, I can go ahead and just view the document here. And if I want to view properties, unlike share, we give the user the ability to see the document and modify the properties at the same time. Another thing that we do in this view that's a little bit different than share is we also have this concept of related objects that let us sort of predict what the user might want to look at next. So maybe I'm looking at this contract on this policy and I want to see what claims have been opened against this policy. Without needing to rerun a search or lose my context on this claim, I can look at any related claims and policies, and then this is all based on our admin configuration. But in this case, I can look at related claims, and then maybe I want to take a look at this loss report in conjunction with this policy contract. I can do that without losing my context of this claim by just clicking here, and then now I can take a look at this loss report and cross-reference anything in here against the policy contract. Well, that's it for this demo. Thanks for watching. For more information, check out our website and blog at tsgrp.com.